Well, welcome to the reading of the Times Reporter newspaper for Friday, July the 24th. My name is Pam, and let's begin our reading with the local area death notices. Betty Hoffman, 82, formerly of Dover, Ohio and Venice, Florida, passed away peacefully after a long illness with family surrounding her on July 22nd. She will be cremated and no services are planned. Reverend James L. LeWare, 79, of Tuscarawas, passed away Thursday, July 23rd, in Community Hospice Truman House at New Philadelphia, following a period of declining health. In keeping with his wishes, Jim's cremation care is to be conducted through the Lynn Hurt Geib Funeral Home and Crematory at New Philadelphia, and no services have been scheduled. Alyssa Eileen Smith, 62, of Doraville, Georgia, by way of Dover, Ohio, peacefully passed Sunday, July 12th, after a brief illness. A private memorial vigil was held for Alyssa on July 19th in Decatur, Georgia. Interment will be at Dover Burial Park at a later date. Well, that concludes the area deaths listed in today's online edition. So let's begin with today's reading. The first article, Woman pleads not guilty to youth football theft charge. New Philadelphia. The former president of Claymont Youth Football has pleaded not guilty to a charge that she stole more than $1,000 from the organization. Nicole M. Vilwalk, 40, of 6406 Edie Hill Road Southeast in Yorksville area, entered the plea Wednesday. At the same arraignment, Tuscarawas County Common Pleas Judge Elizabeth Lehigh Tamakis allowed her to remain free on her own recognizance. Claymont Youth Football is a nonprofit organization that teaches tackle football to players entering 3rd through 6th grade. Moving on. High school seniors shine in the Wayne's Home softball farewell game by Alex Tishner. Shreve. For one more day, the high school class of 2020 got to be high schoolers again. High school softball players, at least. After a senior year full of disappointments, with spring sports being completely canceled because of COVID-19, everything felt something like normal on a summer Tuesday night. 30 softball players from the Worcester Daily Record coverage area converged on Corey Leidy Memorial Field to play one last high school softball game in the Wayne Holmes softball farewell game. In the end, the blue team prevailed over the red team 9-6 in a 9-inning game that was equal parts competitive and fun. Hundreds of fans gathered around the field at Rogers Wells Park to watch a sharply played contest headlined by some of the area's best players. It was just incredible, said West Holmes' Maddie Woods. Everyone was just here to have fun and support each other, and I loved it. It was no surprise the Blues' Olivia Betson in Hillsdale and the Reds' Woods, both bound to play college softball, ended up taking home MVP honors. Both players started in the circle for their teams, with Betson especially overpowering hitters during her innings. The Walsh University-bound Betson, playing for her high school head coach Hannah Moore, pitched a game-high 5 innings, finishing with 7 strikeouts. She allowed 1 hit and no earned runs, and also drove in a run during a 1-for-3 day at the plate. Woods, who will play at Tiffin University, wasn't quite as dominant in the circle, giving up 1 earned run on 2 hits in 3 innings, but shut Blue down after a tough first inning. Her RBI single in the bottom of the first inning also gave Red its first run of the game. Both standouts had plenty of help during an entertaining matchup that saw Red briefly take a lead after trailing 3-1 after 5 innings. In the bottom of the 6th, Sydney Sherab scored on a Kenzie Yoder ground ball to cut Blues' leads to 1, and Avery Becker from Worcester did the real damage a batter later. Becky drove a ball into the right center field gap to score 2 base runners and give Red a 4-3 lead. Her double was the only extra base hit of the day for the Red. However, Red's lead proved to be short-lived. Blue quickly loaded the bases in the top of the 7th, scoring twice on wild pitches and adding another run on Benson's RBI single to take a 6-4 lead. Madison Rowe's RBI single in the bottom of the seventh brought Red within one, but that's the closest it got, with Blue adding 2 more runs in the top of the eighth. Rittman's Chloe Vance led Blue with 3 hits, and Chippewa's Shelby Reese added a pair of hits. Bedson, Bree Busick from Rittman, Hallie Goon from Hillsdale, Marley Jett, Chippewa, Kenny Lonsbury from Norwayne, and Kirsten Taylor each picked up hits for Blue as well. Vance pitched 4 innings and picked up the win in the circle. Becker Rowe, Waynesdale, Woods, Morgan Allen, West Holmes, Kenzie Hancock, Triway, Katie Potts, Orville, Karen Race, Orville, and Mallory Shoup, Waynesdale each had hits for the Red. With so many players being involved, the farewell game proved to be a success, ultimately giving the players one last chance to represent their schools and play with their high school teammates one last time. It was so heartfelt, Wood said. All of these girls I grew up with, playing over the years. They're all incredibly good. Just to play with them again was super special, and I was so excited. Well, this next article is titled, Mask Mandate Goes into Effect, Enforcement Still Unclear. Area public health officials were still waiting for guidance Thursday morning on the governor's latest health order. Mike DeWine, during his Wednesday briefing, indicated an order requiring face coverings in public spaces for Ohioans 10 and older would go into effect Thursday at 6 p.m. Tuscarora's County Health Department spokeswoman Jennifer DeMuth says it applies in any indoor location that's not a private residence and in outdoor spaces where social distancing isn't possible. And she says a mask can be any piece of fabric that fully covers a person's mouth, nose, and chin. DeMuth says there are also going to be exceptions for people with disabilities and medical conditions, but they wouldn't know until they saw the actual order whether documentation would be required or how enforcement would work. DeMuth says the health department will share more information as it becomes available on its website and Facebook page. This next article is titled, Choices at Center of Indian Valley Back to School Plan. In Janadenhutton, Indian Valley officials are making a variety of options available to families hesitant about sending their kids back to school with the coronavirus threat still looming. Superintendent Ira Wentworth says the district is giving families several distancing learning models to choose from as part of its Bringing the Braves Back return to school plan. One offers self-paced online instruction, and another gives students access to an Indian Valley teacher through a video conference platform. Wentworth says they're hoping to offer in-person instruction 5 days a week with enhanced cleaning and social distancing. But he says if the COVID-19 threat reaches the red level on the state's color-coded warning system, it will be reserved for grades K through 2, students without internet service at home, and those with individualized education plans. Well, moving on. The bond continued for suspect in Denison garage fire death in New Philadelphia. The Denison man, accused of setting the fire that killed 26-year-old Donnie Foxmiller, has pleaded not guilty to counts of murder and aggravated arson. 30-year-old Michael Lynch entered the pleas during his arraignment in Tuscarora's County Common Pleas Court on Wednesday. Judge Elizabeth Tamakos presided over the hearing and denied a bond reduction request. Prosecutor Ryan Steyer argued against the motion, citing Lynch's criminal history and the severity of the charges. He thought $200,000 was a reasonable bond, considering that it was originally set at $1 million. A pretrial hearing in the case is scheduled for Monday. Up next, outdoor visitation beginning at long-term care facilities. Area nursing homes are starting to schedule outdoor meetings between patients and their loved ones, with state restrictions loosening on in-person visits. Park Village owner and COO Tom O'Donnell says outdoor visitation started Tuesday at their new Philadelphia facility and is expected to resume at the Dover campus on Monday. O'Donnell says these are scheduled visits with social distancing enforced and visitor pre-screened for COVID-19 symptoms. In-person visits are also set to resume Monday at the Hennis Care Center in Dover with similar precautions in place. Assistant Administrator Stacy Hubbard says it's been a long wait for patients and their families, but everyone has been understanding. Other area facilities scheduling outdoor visits include the Claymont Health and Rehabilitation Center and New Dawn Rehab and Healthcare in Dover. Well, there are discussions to begin on new Goshen Township fire contract. City officials say they are in early talk about a new fire protection and rescue services contract with Goshen Township. Fire Chief Jim Parrish says New Philly's current 5-year contract to cover the township doesn't expire until the end of 2021. But he says the city did start discussions on the next one with township trustees about 3 months ago, with follow-up meetings every 6 weeks or so. He says this gives the township trustees options to meet election deadlines so they can present a plan to voters next year if they need to change their contract and the subsidy that comes in through property taxes. Next article, pandemic forcing additional cancellations and considerations. Dover officials are calling off the city's end of summer celebration and fireworks as one of several pandemic-related decisions. Mayor Rick Hommerkhauser on Monday announced the cancellation of the annual festival at the city park, along with the cancellation of the annual Downtown Dover Car and Motorcycle Show. Meanwhile, council members will consider a recommendation by Law Director Douglas O'Meara to create an ordinance establishing that the city wouldn't grant permits for block parties or street festivals during a health emergency. Council is also going to require visitors to wear face coverings at its future meetings, as proposed by Councilmember Sandy Moss. Up next, the Kent Tusk is hosting a drive-in student info session. New Philadelphia. Kent State Tusk has found a way to offer in-person help to new and returning students while maintaining social distancing guidelines. Assistant Director of Admissions Corey Nye says drive-in assistance will be offered this Tuesday, July 27th. That's Monday, so I'm not sure which day. So it says this Tuesday, July 27th, which is really July 28th, and August 3rd from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. outside Founders Hall. Nye says participating students can learn about financial aid, find out about course registration, turn in documents, and more. She says many students have missed out on face-to-face interactions to help them transition to college, so they're trying to fill that gap the best they can. Nye says students who come for drive-in assistance should stay in their cars and text the school to let them know they've arrived. The number is 330-752-7870. Again, 330-752-7870. Well, the airport mural to celebrate launch site of John Glenn's career. New Philadelphia. City officials are showcasing the local airport's history visually with a new mural of pilot-turned-astronaut John Glenn. Airport Commission Chairman John Zuko says artist Sarah Duggar will be getting started on a larger-than-life portrait of Glenn at Harry Cleaver Field later this summer. The mural will be a portrait of a young Glenn displayed 3 to 4 feet off the ground in a lighted billboard-style motif with the airport and space capsule behind him. He says, once completed, the artwork will be visible to traffic along East High Avenue, drawing onlookers and history enthusiasts to the place where Glenn learned to fly. The mural was commissioned by Aqua Blue owner Don Whittingham and funded at no cost to taxpayers through his family's charitable trust. Next, work begins on the Denison Fire Station addition. Excavation is beginning at the future site of the Denison Fire Department's new storage garage. Council President Greg DiDonato says Denison Bridge Company is donating the labor and equipment to prepare the ground behind the fire station for the 60 by 46-foot pole building. Donato says once completed, it will be used to house the department's large fire response vehicles since the 100-year-old station wasn't designed to support their weight. Donato says this type of project would typically cost in excess of $200,000, but they're hoping to fund the entire project through grants and donations. Council has now hired an architect to oversee the project. Donato says they're planning to put it out for bids in August and hope to have the structure built and ready to use by mid-November. Our next article, Newcomerstown grad Stephanie Elliott has spent 20 years with Quanex IG by Kristen Wilkin. Meet Stephanie Elliott, 1998 graduate of Newcomerstown High School. College, Bradford University, graduated in 1999 as valedictorian. Current occupation, Senior Logistics Manager for Quanex IG in Cambridge. Please tell us a little about yourself, your family, and your career at Quanex. I grew up just outside of Newcomerstown. My mother is Evelyn Elliott, and I have a brother and a sister, with myself being the youngest one. We are a very close-knit family, and I still enjoy our big family get-togethers and holidays in Newcomerstown. In addition, I'm a mother to my son Ryan, who is 14 years old. He keeps me very busy with school events and hobbies. It is certainly a joy being his mother, and I'm very proud of him. After graduating from Newcomerstown High School a year early in 1998, I left shortly thereafter for Bradford in Columbus. I enjoyed college life, but also was looking forward to completing my degree and becoming a member of the workforce in the area of business. Thus, I graduated in 14 months and was ready to begin looking for a position within a local firm. At the time, our company was EdgeTech, and I had heard so many wonderful things about them. Luckily, I applied for an open job posting and was first hired as a scheduling and materials specialist. The environment here was great. The training opportunities were so valuable, and the culture was a perfect fit for me. Another awesome perk was the benefits our employees received along with employment. I think a lot of young people right out of college don't always realize how important having medical insurance and other benefits are. But I definitely knew I was very lucky to have obtained my first assignment with EdgeTech. As the years went by, I continued to flourish professionally and progress into other roles. In 2011, we became Quanex IG, and I was given the opportunity to shift into some logistics responsibilities. I certainly didn't plan to be a logistics manager when entering college, but I'm not sure anyone does. For me, it has been a very rewarding endeavor. Logistics plays a very huge part in our economy. In the U.S., transportation systems can move a daily average of over 55 million tons of freight in a day. This can make for some high-pressure days for logistics managers, as everyone here at Quanex depends on myself and the rest of the team here to negotiate, plan, and execute shipments all over the world. I have been lucky to receive various trainings in customs, international shipping, and so many other areas that further enhance my capabilities in the logistics arena. My goals entail providing our customers with the best choice in logistics services, but to still be receptive to ever-changing customer needs. When I complete my piece of the puzzle, it allows others to continue the flow smoothly and aids our product in traveling onto our many valued customers. It takes extreme diligence and dedication to navigate this resolving environment. But I love the challenge and making the logistics selection benefiting our customers the most. Oh, please tell us some of the reasons you have remained at Quanex IG since graduating from high school. A lot of the reason people stay at companies are the people, and that holds true for me as well. We have an excellent team here at Quanex, and I enjoy the friendships I have made over the years. Two, I have had so many opportunities to spread my wings, and being near Newcomerstown and my family is another reason this company has been perfect for me. I think a lot of college graduates think, I'll work at a company for a while and move on to something else. But when you find a company like Quanex affording so many great offerings and so close to family, why move on? Being close to my hometown is very important to me. Well, what would you like to highlight for us? I know how incredibly lucky I have been to have spent over 20 years employed at just one company. I urge any college graduate to consider the field of logistics if you're looking to join a firm seeking a logistics team member. It's a diverse career and a very fast-growing sector. You get a chance to work not only with your company's associates, but also with suppliers, clients, and forwarders. Since being a part of logistics, I have been given the opportunity to travel to other Quanex facilities in and out of the U.S. I can't say enough about the great experiences this company has provided for me. Lastly, I have some exciting news. I just recently purchased my first home. My extra time lately has been spent getting ready for the big move. Ryan and I are very thrilled with the next adventure in our lives. I want to say it again. I am a homeowner. What an endearing article. Let's move on. Banking on the Community by Beth Newcomb. Nicole Zeisinger, president of First National Bank of Denison, believes a great community bank should be focused on making the lives of the people who live and work in the community better and more productive. That's why we want to be the first choice when it comes to borrowing or depositing money, Zeisinger said. Our lending products will help you buy what you need to fulfill your dreams, whether that's building a beautiful new home, buying a new car, purchasing an RV to travel the open road, expand your business, or just head off to college. To help people in the community get to where they want to go, personally and financially, First National Bank of Denison stays up to date on the latest technological innovations. Smarter banking solutions like online banking, remote deposit, and a mobile banking app gives you the freedom to manage your money from wherever you may be. You can also pay your bills remotely via iPay, Bill Pay with Alexa, SmartPay Express, and Mobile Money. Last fall, we added Bazing to our personal checking accounts in an effort to encourage customers to shop and save locally. With Bazing, our customers enjoy exclusive discounts while supporting local businesses, Zeisinger said. And while the technology offered by First National Bank of Denison means you never actually have to set foot in the bank, Zeisinger said, theirs is still a people business, and she and her team love connecting with customers. We intentionally don't have an automated system answering our phone, she said. If the only contact with us a person has is over the phone, we want that connection to be a personal one. During the pandemic, with more people hunkering down at home, First National stayed true to its community commitment by providing loan extensions and renewals to business owners in an effort to help with cash flow constraints. We participated in the Small Business Association's Paycheck Protection Program, which enabled us to help nearly 200 small businesses make payroll, Zeisinger said. Business owners had their money within days of applying. We're grateful to have played a part in helping the community navigate such a challenging time. Zeisinger's passion for providing exceptional service to every customer First National Bank serves is evident in everything she does, and that same dedication to service excellence has been instilled in her team. The photos accompanying the story featured customer-facing employees, but Zeisinger said her job as team leader compels her to acknowledge the hard work and dedication the back office staff members contribute as well. Polly Clark, Teresa Moore, Charlene Bell, Tammy Dunlap, Amy Katichik, David Lawrence, Michelle Grant, Michael Zimmerman, Mara Walker, Robert Murray, John Bartles, Lindsay Dunn, Lori Quillen, Sonia Campbell may not be the faces who greet you when you visit, but their roles in helping to propel First National Bank of Denison to the top have been vital. Nobody can predict the future, but the certainty of continued change in the banking arena is beyond is assured. Zeisinger said despite the recent societal upheavals, the strength of First National Bank of Denison remains unchallenged. In this time of uncertainty, it's comforting for people to know they can count on us to be there. no matter what the world throws at us, she says, and we'll continue to meet any challenges that come our way with strength and fortitude. We're committed to remaining relevant and competitive, so our customers will always have the latest advancements in the industry at their fingertips, the most competitive rates, and naturally, the best customer service. First National Bank of Denison has 5 area locations. Find out more, including hours and location information, at fnbdenison.com. Now, let's go into 30 seconds. The area along U.S. Route 250 and I-77 in Tuscarawas County, especially the interchanges in Dover and New Philadelphia, boy, the grass sure needs to be cut for people traveling through this area. It's a disgrace. They're talking about opening the schools, but then on the news, they say the doctors and nurses have a shortage of masks. So how in the world are they going to open all the schools across the United States when they can't even get masks for kids? I'm getting tired of hearing that they're going to open the schools in 2 or 3 weeks. It's ridiculous. Do you have an opinion? An answering machine is on duty 24 hours a day. You can call 330-364-1939 or email opinions@timesreporter.com. Callers should speak slowly after the beep. Personal attacks, obscenities, intolerant or biased messages are not acceptable. Well, my friends and listeners, this concludes the reading of the Times Reporter for Friday, July the 24th. My name is Pam, and I'm asking you to please stay safe, you be blessed, and you make it a great day.